The weird thing is, am I missing? No, we are live. We are live. It's working. Declan, give us an audio test.
I am Declan, trapped in the Animus, and Ezio's falling on the floor. Oh, wait. He's here.
There he is. Nice
The
one.
most
Nice one.
cursed Ezio in creation.
Where did you get that from?
A second-hand store called Vinted.
Ah, right. Very good. Very good. I just want to check something. I always have to check on another screen to make sure it's actually working. Because even though OBS says it's streaming, I never quite trust it. Yeah, it's working. Happy days. Obviously, I need to tidy up the scene a bit. But hey, this, like I said, it's an OBS test, and it seems to be working. Happy days.
Well, if it works, that's where I also got this from. Abstergo
Can't
Handbook.
quite see it because of the old background. It's the Abstergo Handbook. Nice.
Yes.
Have you read that before, or is that recent?
No, it's new.
Okay.
I've never read it, and it was. I noticed you read it a while back.
Yeah.
And it was on my radar because of you, but I could never find it for cheap till Vinted had it for a £5. So I was like,
brilliant.
All the pieces are there.
Yeah.
All intact. So I was like,
cheers.
I'll take that.
It's a great book. It's like required reading, really, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is. Otherwise, Otzelberg's going to be putting me in a cell overnight. I can't be a temple without reading.
No, exactly. Wait a minute. I've got a Discord notification from something. Okay, no worries. So we were going to record, and just for different reasons we haven't been able to. So the reason for the live stream is just really because Declan and I wanted to test out some video stuff, test out some OBS stuff. So this will be the worst stream ever, but that's fine. But we do have something to talk about. I'm gonna bring up here. Where is it? I need to log into our Gmail, because when I spoke to Declan yesterday, he wasn't able to join us for our 2024 Game Awards. So I said to Declan, would he like to give us like his nominations just, 6 weeks later? It's just 6 weeks, doesn't matter. And he said he would. So how about we run through that again, because we talked about it last night, and you give us your nominations in each category. You up for that?
Sounds like.
All right. I'm just going to tweak the setup here. You carry on, mate. You carry on.
I would say I have forgotten what I discussed yesterday because I haven't slept properly, but it's all good.
Don't worry about it. We can. It looks all right. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. So, yeah, this will be good actually, because if you talk for a minute or so about each one, or a couple of minutes, however long you want, I'm just going to keep an eye on the audio meters here and just make sure they're balanced. So my audio is the same volume on the stream as yours. That's what I'm interested in. All right. So I'll read out the category. I'll read out the nominations that me, Chris, and Mike had, and then it's over to you. Okay. Best new Assassin's Creed game. There wasn't one last year, so I said none. Chris said none, and then Mike reminded us, and his nomination was the Mirage Permadeath mode that was added, I think, in March or February 2024, a few months after Mirage was released. So what was your nomination for the best new Assassin's Creed game of 2024?
It's a bit of a cheat, but I'm going to say Magic the Gathering expansion for Assassin's Creed.
Very good. It's a game?
It is, but because it creates new mechanics for Assassin's Creed, it kind of makes it a new game in itself. So a lot of the mechanics are from Magic the Gathering, but there's a lot of new ones specifically for the Assassin's Creed cards themselves. So it's like playing a new game.
Yeah.
And I've got folders full of them, and I want to buy more because the arts are so amazing, especially the Altair art, which I'm chasing at the moment.
Yeah. Very good, mate. Good nomination. I've still got a pack of cards I've not opened. Probably should do that one day.
You should. They're so pretty.
I'll tell you what then. We'll do this list. This will probably take us 10 minutes. Then I'll open my cards. That's what we'll do. Right, here we go. Okay. Best Assassin's Creed game we played again. I said the Mirage Permadeath run was great fun. I did that and did a video about that a few months ago. I also replayed Odyssey last year, which was really good to go back to. Chris said Unity, and Mike said AC3. So what was the best AC game you replayed last year?
Syndicate. And honestly, replaying that, after visiting London when I went to the AC concert, I think that's what kind of sparked my interest back in Syndicate. Because walking around London and seeing London's architecture, and then playing Syndicate and seeing how Syndicate mirrored it, and Syndicate kind of feels more British and humorous than some of the past games, which are a bit more serious. So it's kind of a breath of fresh air to replay a more humorous title, especially since we've had some like very lore-heavy, grim stories. It's nicer to play some a bit more jokery, especially with Jacob.
Understood. All right, good choice. Best Assassin's Creed Transmedia. I said it was the Last Descendants trilogy, which, you know, the way we do these, it's just the best thing we've played, read, whatever, even if it wasn't published that year. I said Last Descendants trilogy, with an honourable mention for the Blade of Azu. Chris said his honourable mention was the Highlands Children, but his winner was the Magus Conspiracy. And Mike's nomination was Assassin's Creed: The Hope of Chang'an by Sui Shi.
I would have said, because I said it yesterday, Abstergo Handbook. But what I've actually been reading all through 2024 is the webtoon Forgotten Temple.
Oh, yeah.
And I've actually been really loving that. And I think I started reading that in about November. And it's kind of one of my favourites that I'm enjoying still now. Yeah.
Very good. And it's the story of Edward Kenway in Korea? Is that right?
Japan, I think. China or Japan.
Okay, understood.
Oh no. Now I've forgotten the location. I was only reading it last night.
No
God, I'm terrible.
Okay. Mike said in our Discord that that's going to come out as a book.
Yes.
The other day. Thanks. Mike's great for staying on top of this kind of news. I'm so happy he's in our community and shares all these things he finds, because it keeps me informed on what's happening. So that I'm not going to read it as a long scrolling webtoon, but maybe if it comes out as a book I might. Okay. Best old game that we played. I said Nier Automata. Chris said Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy, the definitive edition, and Mike said Arkham Knight. And you're saying?
I have totally forgotten what I said yesterday.
You can give us a new answer.
Best old game I've replayed. I'll probably say Dragon's Dogma.
Okay.
From the Xbox 360 era.
Nice.
Replaying that is probably one of the best RPGs ever created. I still haven't played the sequel, but it's on my list.
Understood. All right, mate. Best game we got someone else to play. I said Tiny Glade. Chris said Star Wars Outlaws, and Mike said Vampire Survivors.
Oh, pardon me. Pokemon Pocket TCG.
Ah, very good.
I got my whole family into it. Kids, ex, my sister, my brother-in-law.
Okay. Yeah.
Just so we can all trade with each other.
Very nice. Very nice. Best acting performance. I couldn't decide between Umberly Gonzalez, who was Kves in Outlaws, or Jeremy Lee, who was V in Cyberpunk. Chris went for Umberly Gonzalez, and Mike went for a collective award for the cast of Harold Halibut, which is it's either claymation or stop motion animation style game. I can't remember now, Mike. I'm really sorry, but yeah, what would be your nomination?
Takamura from Cyberpunk.
Oh yes, very good. Yeah,
I would give an honourable mention to Keanu Reeves as Johnny Silverhand, though.
He doesn't need any more plaudits, does he?
I just love his voice. He could read me a bedtime story.
Okay, favorite character design. I went for Songbird from Phantom Liberty. Chris said Senua from Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. And Mike said Lara Croft from the new Tomb Raider series.
And I'm going to go more old school and Nero from Devil May Cry 4 on Xbox 360.
Okay, do you know, I have no idea who that is or what he looks like, so I'm going to Google it right now. Devil May Cry 4. Nero.
Yeah, Nero's art design from Devil May Cry 4 was brilliant. He got a bit of a glow up in Devil May Cry 5, but
Okay, he has his white hair in a corset and like claws of ice or something.
It's a demonic arm because he's part demon. He has the ghost of Sparda in his soul. It's a really cool design.
Okay, all right, very good, very good. So that's Nero. Okay, where do we get to? Biggest disappointment. I said either Jedi Survivor or God of War Ragnarok, and then I went for God of War Ragnarok because I never even finished it because it was so frustrating. Chris said Far Cry 6, and then Mike said a puzzle game where the puzzles couldn't even be completed, Nonogram Prophecy. And I remember what yours was because we spoke about this the other night.
I'm going to get in so much trouble for this since Ubisoft is part of our show.
They're not part of our show. We are independent.
Well, we're independent.
They're not part of our show. What was Avatar?
Frontiers of Pandora.
All right. All right.
Oh, I can't believe it's the only game I've ever resold back in after 8 hours. Just, I can't. I won't even replay it. I won't even recommend it to anybody either, which is harsh, but save yourself the hassle.
That's the way it goes, mate. Yeah, understood. What was it that made it bad?
I think it was when I first envisioned an Avatar game, because I really love the movie franchise, I expected it to be more like a survival RPG sort of game with emphasis on the natives, so bows and arrows, the animals. But the gameplay itself was just crap ton of stuff running in a blender. We had Far Cry type mechanics. There was a weird lock-picking mechanic for harvesting.
I've heard about that, but I've never played the game, but okay.
There was a weird puzzle mechanic for disarming robots, memories to unlock skills, and on about that. Memories to unlock skills in video games is a cool idea, but when you're visiting the memories of your past ancestors in a futuristic game, and the ability to unlock is pulling people out of mech suits, even though your ancestors never faced humans in mech suits, it didn't make sense how your ancestor would know how to fight robots when humans have only been on this planet for about 10 years. So it made no sense. It just felt jumbled.
Fair enough.
And after 8 hours, I just took it back to CEX and was like, I can't.
I'm done. Okay.
I was like, now I'm done.
Okay.
I wanted to love it.
All right. Best soundtrack. I didn't really have one from last year. Chris said Indiana Jones, and Mike's nomination, which is a great name for a game, We Love Katamari Reroll. So what would be your nomination?
I'm going to re-Google the name because I think I got it wrong. Give me a second. No, I was right. It's called Metal Hellsinger. It's a heavy metal rhythm-based game.
Okay. That's up your alley.
Doom. Yeah, Doom meets rhythm with like System of the Down, Lorna Shore, proper big name heavy metal bands I like. Can't do it for crap because I don't do rhythm games well, but really good soundtrack.
Very good, very good. Metal Hellsinger. Okay. Best demo that you played. I played 3 last year. I tried Stellar Blade, which I found quite difficult, but sort of got better at it. Rise of the Ronin, which I found difficult and didn't get better at it and didn't enjoy it. And Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, which I really liked the vibes of and I bought. Chris said none, and Mike said I don't play demos.
I don't play demos either.
Okay.
I think if the demos are good, you want to go out and buy the game. But
Yeah.
if the game's like 70 odd quid, it's like, oh, I shouldn't have played the demo. Because you then get that fear of missing out because you've
I would,
enjoyed the demo.
yeah, yeah. I would assume that as an Xbox player with Game Pass, you just play the game. Why would you even bother with a demo? Because the game is included with. Is that how it works? I don't really know.
Yeah, if the game's on Game Pass, you can just download it. So if there's a demo for it on the store, there's no point just download it on Game Pass. Or
Yeah.
if you don't want to waste memory space, just stream it through cloud. So you can test the
Ah,
game through cloud.
yes, yes.
And if you
Okay,
like it, just download it. And that's what I do. I test a game for about 2 hours on cloud and then download it if I like it.
that makes sense. Yeah. Why make it more complicated? All right. Um, Most anticipated release for 2025. I said Shadows. Chris said Shadows, and Mike said Shadows, and Declan says.
Not Shadows. I'm sorry. I want Shadows, and I'm really excited for Shadows. Problem is, 2025 is stacked with video games that I do want to play as well. So, Avowed is coming out in 5 days, so I
Okay.
want that. South of Midnight,
Yes.
I want that. Claire Expedition 33, I want to play that. Doom, I'm excited for that. And the new Digimon. So 5 games I'm anticipating for this year, and Shadows just falls to the wayside because I class it as a 2024 game. I was excited for it in 2024, and it's been delayed, so I'm just waiting for it now.
That's fair enough. I'm just going to look up because we were talking about this. How do you? We were talking about this, weren't we? Last week, games we were looking forward to, and I can't remember most of them now on the spot. But yeah, Claire Obscure looks really interesting. That's probably the only release on the calendar I'm that bothered about. There was a few others, but they've all gone out of my mind right now. Anyway, okay. Best game we played in 2024. I said Cyberpunk. Chris said Star Wars Outlaws, and Mike said Harold Halibut. And your choice is
Cyberpunk
nice.
has
Good
to be
choice. Good
such a
choice.
phenomenal game.
Good choice. All right, I respect that. So that's your nominations done. Should we do some cards?
Yes.
All right, hold on. I'll get them.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
So what I'm going to do actually is turn the blur off because I think the cards probably won't come into focus properly, and I don't know what I'm doing. What would be really cool is if I had a camera looking down at the desk and I could sort of lay them out on the desk, but we haven't got that set up. So just give me a sec here. If I adjust background, messy office, yeah, why not? Let's just turn the camera a little bit like that, so you can see some of my cool
Horizon.
pictures in the background. There's actually a lot of Horizon ones and not so many Assassin's Creed ones. But anyway, okay, here we go. So, observe the. This was from Forbidden Planet. Do you remember we went there when the concert was on? I can't remember if I got these then or I went back, whether they were released later in the year. So this was from, if you're in London, Forbidden Planet is an amazing mecca for nerds. I wasn't going to get them because I'm not going to play the game, but I just thought they're just so nice, and the starter kit was £18, so why not as a collectible? So I wonder if I can. I need to check if this video is mirrored on the stream or not. I don't think it is, because if otherwise everything will be backwards, and I don't know if I can flip my video, but let's figure it out. Just give me a sec here. It's a bit weird to watch your own live stream back, but you know,
it's scary. I have look in front of me.
You know what's weird?
Two. three, 5 boxes.
Why is the audio only in my left ear? That's strange. Mono, mono, mono. Let's do that. That'll fix that. Okay. Now, can I flip the video around? Video settings. We do our calls in Zoom when we record, because it has actually really good audio quality capture. Has like a high quality audio mode. Mirror my video. If I turn that off, aha, right. So now it's not backwards.
Yay.
This is good. Right. Okay. Here we go. Let me. I'll sort of put the microphone up there a bit. Let's move that out the way. Let's close. Let's do minimize that. All right. Here we go, mate. So they are. The box is sealed. Never been opened. I'm assuming you just rip the top, right? There's no right or wrong way to do it. Maybe don't go into it like a bear, but yeah, it looks like it's perforated along there. So, okay, here we go. Worst unboxing ever.
Worst unboxing ever is if you just start tearing into it like a bear at Christmas.
Actually, I'm going to have to because it's okay. So the top is open, and there's another sleeve in there. Okay, so empty box. Not much to say. Oh, okay. So inside, one of them's fallen out. I'll put them back in. You've got 2 decks of cards inside a white cardboard mount. Looks like the bots have arrived in the chat. That's the way it goes. We've got 2 flat pack boxes. There. Who are the characters? I guess every box has got different characters, right? Is that Eivor and Ezio, I think, on the boxes?
Start kits were only Ezio and Eivor.
Ah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside. And then we've got how to play. I've never played, so... all right, well, let's keep that for another time. So, 2 decks of cards. Do I need to keep the outer box? Do people tend to keep this bit?
No.
So you can. That's not like a collectible. I can just bin that.
No, the collectible is the little flat pack box.
Yeah.
And if you buy the premium edition, which I have, that also comes with a collectible box, which I can show on stream if you want.
Yeah, if you've got it, yeah, bring it over and we'll compare it. So I'm just going to bin that cardboard sleeve then, and I'm going to bin that because that's just packaging. Okay. So I've got Ezio, Blade of Vengeance. Wait for it to come into focus.
Ezio Auditore.
It might be a bit. There it is. So we've got Ezio on the first card in that deck, and then Eivor first card, which I guess matches the pictures on the cards there. Okay, how do we open these? Is there a tear off strip? No, just on the back. Okay, I should do this near the microphone so it's like some good sound effects, right? Of cellophane wrapping. Hold on. I don't want to rip too hard and end up damaging anything. Here we go. There's the packaging. So they're nice cards actually. They're not too slippy, but they're also not too grippy. I wish I had playing cards that felt like this. Okay, so other than holding up every single one, I've got like a legendary Ezio. That's got like a. Let me just show you these two. So this one's got like a shiny. You probably can't see it in the light. That one's kind of reflective, and then that one's matte. So are they different styles of cards then?
Yeah, the foils are the more expensive ones for collectors.
Ah, okay. So they don't have any different value. They're just, well, no different like gameplay value. It's just to look at. Okay,
Yeah.
understood.
So you get like full arts, foils, and then standard.
Okay. And then, for example, we've got different colours. So we've got ambush and tranquilize. I guess these are like abilities you can use in different rounds of the game or something.
Yeah, and the colours represent the mana used to play them.
Hang on a minute.
So Magic has
No,
5 basic
hang on a minute. The text is really small. So, for example, tranquilize. It's got a number 1 and then a little tiny raindrop at the top, which is probably not going to come into focus here. It really isn't, is it? Come on, little webcam. Nope, it's really not. Okay, we'll skip that. So the number 1 represents the what? Sorry,
It's basically the mana cost to play the card. So in the games, you have to use lands, which generate mana. The blue is for blue mana. So that card costs 1 of any color plus 1 blue mana. So if you've got a blue-black deck, which is what the Ezio is, you pay 1 to black, 1 to blue, and then you can cast the card.
When you say pay, what is it? Are we paying with like counters or something on the desk, or do we keep track with pen and paper as to who's got what?
Best way to explain is an example. This is a land card.
Right, give it a sec to
focus.
See if it'll focus.
It'll focus a little bit. So these basically, what you do is you put it on the board like this.
Yeah.
Face up. To cast the card, you've got to basically what's called tap it, which is you face it flat. And by putting it flat, that is you paying the cost for the card.
Okay.
And then on your next turn, you put it face back up, and that means you can reuse it. So it's just about you turn it to pay. So if you've got 2 of these, you just turn both of them to the side, and that counts as you paying for the card. If that makes sense.
And then does the card go back in the deck, or do you get the mana back the next turn? How does that? Because you must have to draw down and then build something back up, I would guess.
If you cast that card, you pay the mana, and then it goes into your graveyard, which is like a discard pile.
Okay.
But you have a hand of 7 cards, so you draw a card per turn.
Yeah.
Or unless you have cards that say draw cards.
Okay. I'm scrolling through this. Okay, so I'm going to pick a couple out here. This one just looks great. And again, I don't know if the camera will focus on it, but
I do love that one.
Yeah, how cool does that look? I wish it would. No, it's really because it's focusing on my face. If I duck behind it, maybe it will focus on. Or I could just put it there. So it's anyway. That's dumb. So for example, this one is called Eagle Vision. It's a blue card and it's got a 4. So that's an expensive card to use, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Towering Viewpoint. Okay. So you said there are land cards, is that right?
Yes.
So for example, this one is called Island, and it just says basic land.
Yeah, that's your land card.
And that's worth 1 because it's got 1 teardrop on it, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm still... Okay, so Island. I've got loads of Island cards here. Oh, okay. More land cards. Yeah. I wish it would focus because then I would show more of them off. I just deleted someone from chat and put them in timer because they were just spamming the chat. So I doubt that. So now I've got this one. Swamp.
I like that one.
Just with a skull. I don't think that's a good sign, is it?
That's black mana, which is a sign of death and the underworld.
Okay. All right.
Grim.
Okay. I've got loads of those. There's like 10 of them in here. I've got an assassin card called a token creature. Every card has a number, I've noticed. So in the lower left corner, there's like T004 in very small writing. Is that just like this is the number of the design? So I know
Yeah,
it
it's like a
show up on the
serial.
camera, but this is an assassin card and it says 004 in the corner.
Yeah, it's the serial number and then also the artist as well as next to it.
Oh, so the artist of this one is, geez, that's tiny, Rimas Valiakis. Okay. I've just realised they've all got treasure and stuff on the back as well. That's cool. Well, those two have anyway. All right, so you've got land cards, you've got swamp cards, and then you've got different abilities. So this is the Eagle Vision one. I've just realised that's Aveline with her tricorn on there.
That is one of my favourite cards.
Yeah. Okay. How do you win the game? Is it the first person to lose all their cards or lose all their hit points or
Hit points. So you start with, I'm trying to remember 20 hit points for this game mode.
okay?
And you have creatures, which is like Ezio, that's your creature, and that's what attacks your opponent. And if your opponent hits 0 health points, they're out.
Okay.
Or if you want to be really evil, like me, you can force somebody to what's called deck out, which means they've drawn every card from their deck. And that means they can no longer cast something, so they automatically lose the game.
Okay. Right.
And
first
I've
deck
done that a
made
few
up.
times.
All right. So
Woo!
that's one box. That'll go in the drawer with all the other collectibles. Should we have a look? So there's only one like fancy card, foil card in each deck then, is that right?
So these ones, yes.
Okay. Man, I they're not easy to get into, but it's just because I want to be really careful. Oh, there's actually a little tear off. I didn't see it before. Here we go. Okay, let's open this one. But I understand then with these that is it like Pokemon where some cards are very, very rare and are worth, well, hundreds or thousands or whatever you care to name? Is that true?
Yes, that's true. I have a card in the folder that ungraded is worth £32.
Okay, what
Because
does
it's highly
ungraded
sought.
mean?
Basically, I don't understand it myself, but there's companies out there that grade them from 1 to 10 based on the quality of the card. And if the card's like quality 9, it increases the price, but most of the time people don't care about the quality.
I'm just going to hold that still just for a minute. Or still as it will with my hand is shaking. Will it? Oh, God, piece of shit. Why don't you just focus? It would be nice if it would, you know. That would be quite cool. Okay, I'm going to try something really stupid. I'm going to move the mic out the way. Hold on. All right. If we do.
Look at that posh desk.
I mean, we could. I'd have to sort of move the camera. So the camera's on top of the monitor, which is the monitor's mounted to the wall at the back here. It's almost like you've got the card, the croupier in the casino, sort of dealing all the cards out. Let's just do that a little bit. Unfortunately, it's not bright enough or nowhere near zoomed in enough, but still, yeah, it's not good enough. You can't see the card, but worth a shot. Just, let me just put the camera over here. And it would be serious question. If we set this up where we had 2 cameras, you know, one pointing at my desk with the cards laid out, one pointing at your desk with your cards, could we play remotely?
You could, yes. People do that.
Okay, all right. Do you want to try it? Just for fun?
I would beat you.
I expect you to beat me. I mean, I presume then, if you win, do you get the other person's cards?
No.
Okay, it's not like that then, right?
Because you got to think, right? You have them two decks. I have. Oh, let's get it in shot. This is the premium box.
Ooh, look at
And it's full of cards.
Okay. But presumably you sort of shuffle the deck and you draw some random ones. You don't just pick your most overpowered. I've realised I'm not using the mic. You don't just pick your most overpowered cards, right?
No, I have the same decks as you, so we could technically.
This one's quite cool. Hook blade. I like that one.
The same decks.
Okay. It would be fun just to see if you could. Mind you, you'd have to teach me. God, it would be. I think for you it would be quite miserable to try to teach me remotely. Okay, I've got more land cards here. Plains. That looks like. I assume is that Basim or is that Basim or is that Altair? I guess it's Altair.
I believe that's Altair.
He's got the red. Yeah, that makes sense. Does it say? So that's L0302. The artist is Boria Pindaro or Pindaro. The text is so small, I'm struggling to see it. It doesn't say who the figure is, but yeah, I assume that's Altair. So that's plains. Then I've got mountain cards. That looks like Asia. Somewhere. Yeah, they look like rice paddies or something. So I assume that's meant to be Shaojun on the mountain card, but it's very hard to tell. Beautiful though. It'd be kind of nice just to buy the artworks as sort of A4 prints or something.
There is some artwork cards out there.
Is there?
I think I've got a couple. 1 second.
Yeah, let's take a look. What else have I got here? Planes. So I've got a lot of planes cards. Tower Viewpoint. That has a cost of 2, but there's no symbol next to it. So does that mean you can just draw any 2 mana from any mana pool then?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it says...
If it's colourless and you just play any mana from what's in play. Yeah, so you just play 2 mana from whatever's you've got on the board.
But then it says underneath, in the description, it says Defender, reach. Leap of Faith, 3 in a circle. Target creature gains flying until end of turn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's a status effect.
Oh, I've got some cool ones in the middle here. Let me show you this. I don't think I saw anything like this in the other deck, although maybe I just didn't go through thoroughly enough. I've got Ezio, Brash Novice.
That's a good card.
That's quite cool. Just looks nice. I've no idea what it's whether it's any good. That's a legendary creature. Whenever Ezio Brash Novice attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. As long as Ezio has 2 or more counters on it, it has first strike and is an assassin in addition to its other types. And then there's a little quote underneath. When I was a young man, I had liberty, but I did not see it. I had time, but I did not know it. And I had love, but I did not feel it.
That is a good quote.
Anyway, and also the other legendary creature I've got is Arbaz-Mir.
I love that art.
Yeah. The artist is it Wang He Li? It says, whenever Arbaz-Mir or another non-token historic permanent enters the... These are all English words, but I have no idea what any of that means. Enters the battlefield under your control, Arbaz-Mir deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. And then the quote is, "Until you have found a cause worth fighting for, you cannot know what you will sacrifice for it." Yeah, fair enough. You were going to show us a card, mate. What have you got?
So, in standard packs, you get these art series cards. And
Okay.
what they are is just artwork from the cards with no text.
Oh, that's
So,
really nice. Yeah, I like
I've got
that.
Cassandra, and I also have my favourite. I'll tell you.
Very cool. Very good.
And they're just collectible art cards. So
Okay.
there's no real value to them. People just collect them for the art.
Just for the sake of collecting. Okay, so here's a question then. So I've got 2 starter packs. I don't know what's in here. What, probably 50 cards in a deck?
60.
There's 60 in there, is there? Okay, so I've got 120 cards here. Lots of duplicates, of course, that's fine. How many total designs, unique designs, are there in this entire Assassin's Creed set?
There is quite a few that I can actually show you some of them if you're interested.
Yeah, let's do it. There's mine. Packed away in their boxes.
Okay, right, let me just...
I need to put those in there as well.
There we go. You have these designs, which are proper Animus style.
Oh, yeah.
You can get them in shiny as well. Shiny. And then you've obviously got... what's it got? The shiny cards. The other design for them, I just had it in my
Just gonna have a
deck.
little sip. Cheers.
Path to Exile, Shell John.
Let's try and just adjust that a little bit.
Paid for. Where's it gone? Ezio, Hookblade, Arno. I had it. Here we go. I got them. They're right at the bottom because I got about 120 cards in total from the set. So I went out and bought one of everything, basically.
Okay.
So, drop them. You get standard shinies like this.
Is that what is that what people call them? Shinies?
No, it's just what I call them.
Oh, okay, okay.
And as you can see, there's a black border around it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also get the same cards without the border. So the picture's more fuller.
Okay.
And is actually integrated into the card.
Yeah.
And then obviously you get like holographic foil ones, matte foil ones, art series cards. There is a lot to collect.
But I suppose the point is you buy them in a pack and you don't know what's in the pack till you open it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. Feels like a bit of a scam. Gonna be honest.
It can be. I won't lie. I think I have one box from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which has 120, but all dupes. One from another set that has about 40 dupes. 2 folded packs full of dupes. Because you just don't know what you're going to pull. It's just look at the draw. But most people play it because of that look at the draw. That when you... It's kind of weird. It's like a euphoria feeling that when you open a pack and you get like a rare card. Because sometimes I'll see if I can find the one I've got in here. I've just had it. It's a Cassandra card. Let's see. Oh, I've just dropped it. Where's my Cassandra card gone? I got it. So this will be hard to see on the camera. But this is called Path to Exile.
Okay.
And what's interesting is this is a reprint of a card that already exists in the game. So every so often, a new set will reprint an older card in a new style.
Ah, right.
And that actually increases the value of the card. So if you've got the old one,
Okay.
that value may decrease. because the newer may have a high art value, texture, so the price increases. Or sometimes the old one gets a price hike. So if you've got the old one, it may go up in price because more people want it, so there's more supply for demand.
Yeah.
So it just creates this chain of
All right.
effect.
Interesting. It feels like they've created, I mean, fair play, but they've sort of created the marketplace and they control the supply and the rarity. It's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
And complicated.
Yes. Yes.
I will admit the company isn't the best company around. They do some shady stuff
Oh, really?
when it comes to cards.
Okay.
There we go.
That look said it all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun. So I've opened my cards. I've got my 2 decks there. They're going to go in one of my drawers here with my other random collectibles, and that's that. Yeah, maybe we'll have a go in person one day. But that's a nice box, that is. How many can you hold in that box?
I think one of my boxes has 200 in it, and that's not even full. So I'm going to say we've got 200. But I'm not going to sit and count them all.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
This box isn't even. See if I can show inside. Remotely full.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
And that's 220. Actually, no, that's 120. Must be 200 plus could fit in here because that's 260 decks and a stack of 60 again, so that's 180.
Impressive. All right, mate. That was fun. Thanks for hosting. Oh, what's that?
It's a dice for your life counter. So it's a 20-sided dice for your life.
Ah, right.
And
okay.
I don't know if I can show you, but number 20 is the
cool.
logo.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. That's very cool. Right, I'm going to have to head off. So this has been a fun conversation. I've enjoyed opening the cards with you and chatting about games. Also, the reason for doing this stream was just to experiment with setting up a few things in OBS to see how it worked, and then I'll watch the stream back later and check the audio quality and picture quality. But this has been good, mate. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome, and I think I'm going to go play Power Simulator now.
Nice. All right. Have a good evening, buddy. I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, buddy.
All right.